Hi everyone, it's Jenny here again, and I am at Maggiano's having a lunch with my husband, and I am going to test my food for gluten using my Nema Sensor. And this Facebook Live is sponsored by the Nema Sensor, and thank you so much, Nema, for allowing me to come and test different restaurants for gluten, for hidden gluten. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Nema Sensor, but I want to get started with the test because it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So this is a test capsule, an individual test capsule that you purchase, and what you do is you just put a little of your food in the Nema Sensor, and then it's going to test it for gluten and will tell me if there is any hidden gluten in my food. So I'm just going to take like a little tiny piece of pasta right here. So how am I going to get that little piece on my fork? I'm not sure. There we go. I got a little piece of pasta. I want to get a little bit of sauce. I don't have a spoon, do I? No spoon. So I got, what was this called? The Mediterranean pasta? But they, the Mediterranean spaghetti, this dish right here. Can you see it? Let me just get this. Oh, whoops. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. I went past the I went past the line, but you straighten it and you break the green seal and you straighten it. And so it's in this, the food is in this test capsule, and then I'm going to put the test capsule in my Nema Sensor. And I think I broke a little piece of it off. We'll just throw that away. And you can see right here it says it's testing for gluten. And we're going to find out if this Mediterranean spaghetti, which we swapped for the gluten-free pasta, has gluten in it. The Nema Sensor is going to let me know. So I'm just listening to make sure it's working. I hope it is. I can't hear it yet, but usually I hear like, oh, here I feel it. I feel it vibrating and grinding a little. Sorry, I'm a little cold. I have my sweater on today, or my little cover-up today. So anyway, I had to tell you a little bit about the Nema Sensor, and I have to tell you a little bit about the eating gluten-free at Maggiano. So first, the Nema Sensor. I got my new test capsules in the mail the other day, and the expiration date is not till the end of November 2020. So this is a really cool thing. If you've been a fan of Nema Sensor for a while, you know that the test capsules sometimes expire before you can use them, because I think they only had a 3 or 4 month shelf life, but now they have a full year shelf life, which is great because you may not test as many things when you have you may have a bunch of test capsules and you may not need them to test as many things 1 month as you do another month, and you'll now have them. They won't expire on you, which is great. Is this thing working? I feel like I feel it, but I don't hear it. Because usually it goes from testing, oh, there it goes. As I say, it goes from testing for gluten to showing the star. And so you can kind of follow along how long it's going to take. It usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes to test for gluten. So anyway, the really cool thing with the Nema Sensors right now is they are still on sale. They are on sale, I think, just through the end of this week. They're $50 off, and they're exclusively available on Amazon. You can't buy them on the Nema site anymore. They're exclusively available on Amazon. And if you use the coupon code that I've listed in the post, it's 10 good for you. If you use that coupon code, you can get 10% off the discounted price. So you'll get a really great deal, and please share this post with anyone who wants a Nema Sensor for Christmas or Hanukkah, because this is a great deal, and Nemas have not been on sale in many, many, many months. They haven't been on sale for a long time, so this is really a great deal and a great chance for you to get a Nema Sensor of your own. All right, so let's talk a little bit about eating gluten-free at Maggiano's. I don't know if you knew this, but Maggiano's is actually really welcoming to the gluten-free community. I felt like I've been treated like royalty here. Usually I tell a restaurant I'm gluten-free and I don't always feel so welcome. I maybe feel like a burden, but I felt so welcomed. The waiter was awesome, told me what I could do. He said I could order just about anything on the menu. Oh no, that was fast. I have a result with the gluten-free pasta, and I'm going to go ahead and test the other stuff in a bit too. But Nema did find gluten in this pasta, which is a little discouraging. I wanted to tell you, I didn't finish telling you my story before Nima finished, that they told me they use separate pasta water, they use separate pans to cook everything, and unfortunately it looks like though it still has gluten in it, and it's pretty clear to me that it has gluten. And if you guys want to stick with me, since we did find gluten in that, I think I'm going to test the other dish here while I have you, because I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Maggiano's. But now I'm like nervous to eat here. I was excited at first. They told me all their sauces are gluten-free, so I'm going to just test a little bit of this sauce. Maybe some of the sauce that's touching some of the sauce. And I could test some of that pasta, but maybe I'll just test this sauce. Can I get some in here? Okay, so I used a clean knife that hadn't touched that. I feel like I don't have very much in here though. Maybe I should put a little more. Not that much, not that much. So let's test this for gluten too, which is a little sad that it has gluten in it, because I felt so welcomed and excited to eat here, but it clearly says gluten found message. So I'm putting in the next test capsule. We're going to test this gluten-free chicken piccata. But let me tell you what they told me, and then if I can get my waiter over here, I'll chat with him. So this is in my Nema Sensor testing. They told me they have a main thing that they make all the pasta in, and but for gluten-free pasta they use a separate pan that is just for the gluten-free pasta. And they also told me that they cook the chicken without breading it. They cook it on a grill. They said all their sauces and dressings are gluten-free, although we're finding that maybe it isn't. And so I felt really good about eating here, but as you can see, just because you feel good about it doesn't necessarily mean that your meal is safe for you to eat. So a lot of you have asked me what I do when I have a gluten found message, which I really hate when I get a gluten found message, because it means I have to have one of those fun and uncomfortable conversations with my waiter. But what I do is I send it back, and I ask them either to make it again if they can. I'll ask them some questions about, if there was something that went awry with preparing it for me. It's obviously the gluten-free pasta because it's the penne, but maybe in some way in the preparation it wasn't safe. I'll send it back because I'm not going to eat it, and if they'll make me something new, or sometimes I give up on the dish and I'll ask for a salad or something instead. So I'm going to have that conversation with him when he comes back. He did know I was testing. I told him I was testing my food for gluten. So what I'm going to go ahead is disconnect right now, and I will post the results of the lemon piccata, because the chicken piccata. I'll post the results in a bit, because I don't know that I want to keep you here. Well, I will just say, this is also why you need to test your meal every time, honestly, because experiences can vary from restaurant to restaurant, server to server, dish to dish. My experiences are going to be different than your experiences, but what I can tell you is that my experience here today is that the Nema Sensor did find gluten, very clearly found gluten in this dish. And I'm even looking at the capsule, and it's really clear to me that this contains gluten just by looking at the capsule, because it has a little red marks on the side here. So anyway, I'm going to have a conversation with him. I thought I heard him. He must have just left. So I'm going to have to disconnect with you all now and come back to you and let you know the results of the lemon piccata. And I'll also let you know, actually I have the results of the lemon piccata. Come on down. Can you see it? So the lemon piccata chicken also has gluten in it. So definitely something going on here. And I'm so glad I have the Nema Sensor, because I'm going to send this all back. I don't even know if I'm going to have lunch here today. Now I'm not feeling confident at all. So I will report back to you in the comments about my conversation and what ended up happening. I may have to do a few more tests of new dishes that they bring out, and I'll report it all back to you later. So a disappointing lunch. I know a lot of you are eating at Maggiano's for the holidays, so maybe you should really bring your Nema Sensor and make sure it doesn't have gluten in it. All right, that's all I got for now. Take care. Bye.